Your project for this module is to create an basic web page using Notepad, and you're going to write a review of a movie or you've recently seen or a book you have recently read, and you're just going to review the book. And here's what you need. You need the correct doc type, which is the first part of your XHTML web page. You need to have a title for your web page. You need to have a link to your CSS file, which we'll talk about in a future lesson. The name of your movie or book has been used as a heading. Okay, and make sure it's the largest possible font size, which would be your H1, and it's underlined. You also need to make sure that is centered, which we just talked about in lesson 2. Your student name is listed in the byline in a smaller font. You need to write 2 paragraphs about your book or movie, giving your review of it. Was it good, bad, why? So it's just a review of your movie. You need to have a horizontal line. Bold type needs to be used someplace on the page. Your text is underlined someplace on the page. Italics are used someplace on the page. Your background color and font choices reflect the movie or book. You have at least one image, and your image should be about 200 by 200 pixels. You have at least one hyperlink has been created on your web page, and we'll talk about that later. And a comment containing your name is in the code. So use the code to create a comment, which we talked about in the first lesson. So this project will be worth 100 points. And here are what needs to be defined in your CSS style sheet, which we'll talk about later. We need to have your font family defined for H1 as sans serif. You need to have your text color defined. Your background color is defined. Your font family for H2 is sans serif. Your text color is defined differently than H1. Paragraph should be defined as serif font, and paragraph text color should be defined. Background color and paragraph should be defined. A visited hyperlink should turn red. So this is the project you need to start working on, and if you have any questions, please email me or ask me in class.